Well, I guess we're live, folks. This is absolute insanity. I don't know how I'm live streaming. I think that I had created a new live stream. I'm going to put the sound down. I had created a new live stream key because I thought I needed a new one. Apparently it went back with the old one. So what I'm going to do real quick, it's just me today. And so, you just go, you roll with the punches, you do what you got to do to make it work. You know what I'm saying? When you got a message, you just don't have time to, okay, so this is the new one. Okay, so we're on the new one. Okay, great. I think we're on the new one now. So let me see. Okay, yeah. Okay, so what up? This is the holy shift and it's in full effect, folks. I'm just gonna get better and better as I go. That's the goal. That should be the goal for all of us. What I'm doing right now is just checking the sound real quick. So I apologize if there's any feedback. Let me see. Okay, I'm just checking the mic. I will edit this. Okay, yeah, sound good. All right, we're here. We're live and direct in YouTube. Can't believe it. So another day, another dawning, another setting of the sun, another turning of the earth, the planet. I couldn't be just more excited, really. Didn't feel quite this great a couple days ago. I'm just gonna keep it real. Because when I say that the holy shift has been in full effect, I mean full effect. Okay. And I'm gonna assume that there's many of you that are going through the same thing because there's actually a big deal going on. But before I get into it, let me give you the formal rundown of what is popping. So this is the holy shift. Allow me to introduce us. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your support. Thank you for taking a vested interest in transforming your life and just doing whatever it takes, giving your all as much as you can figure out to from day to day and moment to moment. That's what the holy shift is about. The holy shift is myself, usually my beautiful co-host, Alexa, was enabled. She will actually be out these next couple of weeks because she's got, in her business, which is next level trainings. They are just, they're transitioning to in person. They've got a lot going on. Definitely look them up. Next level trainings. They've got online meetings. They've got in-person meetings in Philadelphia, I believe, in Columbus. So definitely, if I were you, I highly encourage and recommend you to check that out. So let's see. So oops. So now Here at the Holy Shift, it is our mission. We are here to create a space for laughs, life lessons, and to hitch a ride to the Holy Shift so we all get to elevate together, okay? This is a place that you can come to share your creative expressions on this journey. This is the Creative Lounge. That is an exclusive space for all of us, or not exclusive, it's inclusive. It's inclusive. It's maybe the exclusive YouTube space that is designed for you to be included, and that's everyone, for all of us to share and inspire one another in our particular life journeys. After all, much like this life experience on Mother Earth, we are all in this together, so we may as well make it live and in living color. So welcome to the Holy Shift. The Holy Shift is always in full effect. And on Wednesdays, we all come to rock it together. That's rock it like rock the discotheque. And as well as rock it, we move it, we going up. It's NASA, baby. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, contact. That's what it's all about. So I'm going to do a quick sound check. Okay, so now that I can hear myself, I'm doing a quick buzz sound check. If it comes in good, I do want to do a quick sound ball. So I'm just going to hear. Well, turns out that's a little spotty, folks. So we're just going to skip that again. I don't know why it's not coming in. I think it might be too close, actually. Let me try one more time. And thank you for sticking with me. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. I'm just seeing if it's further away, if it works better. Because sometimes I can get it to work and sometimes I can't. Kind of seems like life a little, doesn't it? It's not, I'm not getting it to work. Okay, that's all right. It's not coming in I'd like. So that's okay. It's all right. We'll just keep working on it. And we'll get it together one of these days. One of these days, and it won't be long. You know what? I bet it is. I think it's the mic. Watch. No, it's not the microphone. Already. Oh well. Anywho, let's move on up and move on. So this might be how things have been going for you. You may in this space and time, you may feel prepared, feel like, okay, I got everything, I've tried it all, it's wonderful, it's working, and then you get to it and it just, for some reason, it's like there's a little bit of breakdown. You may feel like in your life, like, hey, I've got it, okay, I get it, I see what I need to see, I see what I need to see. And you may feel like, hey, I got it. Okay, I get it now. It's there. The Holy Shift is in full effect. I'm connecting to my future because that's what a lot of this what I found is a lot of this work is deciding that your life is worth steering, that it's worth it for you to discover that you are personally a powerful person, not for the sake of controlling anyone else. And that includes controlling their opinion of who you are, or controlling how someone interacts with you in your life experience. No, it's not that. It is to say, I control myself. I control my life experience, and I'm going to get myself to the place where what I'm creating in my life and the types of relationships that I'm having with people. And the types of relationships that I'm having, the types of experiences that I'm having in my full expression in the world is very intentional. So there's a difference between controlling and being intentional about becoming fully who you know that you are, and expressing that out into the, when you step out into the world. And so that is what I'm speaking on. Very different than trying to control your circumstances, because I mean, if nothing else that we're figuring out is that strong arming, the territorial, conquering method of expansion and of claiming and really bogarting and taking way of leadership or of dominance, rather, it's not sustainable. It's not just not sustainable on a personal level, but it's not sustainable on a global level for the planet Earth to be in a place right now where we actually are able to continue to survive and thrive as an actual planet with this method of we do what we want to, and we defend that by any means necessary. It's not, we're really seeing that it's not working. And not only is it not working, but it's a killer. I mean, it's a killer, man. And so I think on an individual basis, what we're finding is that in our own personal lives, that way is not working either. So it's really a as within, so without, but not just as what we have in our heart is what we'll see in our life experience, but it's an as we thinketh and as we exist and as we interact with the collective hologram and projection of what's reflecting from inside out, not playing very well together. And there are consequences. I mean, to every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So, I mean, that's a lot to contemplate just right there. So what we're going to talk about today, and it's going to, there's some astrological things, astrological happenings that are pretty huge. And we've been already feeling the effects of them. So we're going to talk about that. Lion's Gate from July 26th to August 12th is this portal. What it is, so I'll go into what it is in a second. So we're going to talk about Lion's Gate. We're going to talk about life and death a little bit, because let's face it, it's happening in front of our face to people that people know and love, and there's still a very big disconnect in what that actually means for us as individuals and for our life experience collectively. And we're going to talk about surrender. We're going to talk about surrender. And so I think that's pretty much it. So back to the Lion's Gate. The Lion's Gate it has to do with Sirius, star Sirius. So there's Sirius, which I believe is the same as the North Star. I'm not sure. Not sure, to be honest. Maybe the same as the star, the Jesus star, but I'm not sure. So don't quote me on that. But now that it's 2021, why don't we just find out together? Let's see. Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky. Okay. The star was associated with Osiris, the Egyptian god of life, death, fertility, and rebirth of plant life. I did not, you saw it here first, folks. I didn't plan for us to talk about Sirius and the Lion's Gate in tandem with life and death. I literally did not plan that. So, you know, this is an example of the law of attraction in action. This is an example of the universe letting you know that you're in alignment. I literally had no idea that these conversations, that I didn't know that's what it symbolized in astrology. So powerful, but it's never too late to learn. So I'm glad that I got the nudge to just go ahead and look it up, because obviously this is an important conversation to be had. So in Lionsgate, this is a portal. So apparently Sirius and the sun, and it's called the night sun because it's the brightest star in the sky. So they're rising at the same time, and the big crescendo or peak of that is going to be in tandem in conjunction with the new moon here in August, which is on August the 8th. The fact that it's 8-8 and those are infinity signs is powerful. And the new moon, so you've got two rising suns in conjunction with the new moon, and it does not happen all the time like that. That's all new energy. That's all like, take a really, really real look at how you're feeling, at what is showing up in your life. Then there's Neptune. I learned from my friend Mercedes Gaia. I watched her presentation on YouTube yesterday, the Aquarian Priestess. Definitely should look her up. When she was talking about how Neptune is a trickster god, a trickster planet. I think that it's in retrograde. And she talked about like being stuck in the mud right now, or feeling like you're stuck in the mud, which there has been a lot of that up and down over the past few months. But she was saying that, you know, now's the time to be aware and alert that there may be tricksters amongst you. You know, there may be, you know, any new friendships, new partnerships, relationships, anything that is presenting. Just be sure that you are thorough in your vetting out of opportunities, of, you know, how quickly that you move into friendships and into any type of like not any type of co-creation opportunity. Don't make sure that it's not a codependent opportunity, but it's a co-creation opportunity, you know. And so as I've been going through this, through these energies, not really knowing what they are exactly, but that's why I do a lot of research, you know, and I invite you all to do some research, you know, finding out what is going on, what the freak do we know? I mean, there are a lot of people may have seen the precursor to The Secret. It was a movie called What the Freak. I mean, it was what the bleep do we know? But I say, what the freak? Let's change it. What the freak? FREQ. What the frequency do we know? Let's feel it all. And all of my, any tarot I've done, when I'm looking for, information or to be enlightened, to find out, to learn more about where I am or about what's going on, even in meditation, things like that, the invitation has strongly been for me that I need to feel my emotions more. And I'm like, dude, I feel like I am feeling my emotions, man, because I'm feeling it, man. Like, I'm not plowing forward, pretending like I, have it all figured out, One of the astronomers that I listen to and follow and intuitives, she said that she was saying too, that we have to pay our debts. It's time for us to be, and that Neptune will do that too. Or maybe that was a different one. Maybe that may have been Pluto. There's a lot of information. Look it up. Check out the person I told you. She has Mercedes Gaia. She's the Aquarian priestess. She's got a lot of great information. That's who I'm referencing right now. There's so many astrological properties at play all right now. It's hard to keep up, especially if you're not an astrologer. And really only loosely, I mean, I relate to what they're saying. It's like it's all relevant, but it's hard to keep up if you're not familiar, So I'm not going to sit here and just toss stuff out because I don't do that. But I will point you in the direction. And that's really what the holy shift is about. It's like being creative with the way that you familiarize yourself or get to know the world around you. The holy shift is about not trying to do it all yourself. It's about connecting with source energy, with the information with the universe around us. It's always been that way. Even if you are, even if the Bible, if the Bible is what you hold on to, then they use the North Star, or I'm pretty sure we're serious, but they used the star to find where Jesus was because it was in astrological alignment. So don't be so afraid to reach out to and learn about the world around us. The Farmer's Almanac is all astrologically aligned to how things are supposed to, how we're supposed to grow things. And on the 8th with the Lion's Gate and the new moon, that's lining up exactly with the pyramids of Gaza and how those were designed specifically to illuminate and to capture and point out that arrangement in the sky. So, I'm saying that to you all who shy away from understanding these things, that books of wisdom and knowledge were never meant to be used in silos. They're only really as truly beneficial to mankind as we're able to integrate the information into what's happening around us. We're not going to have a world that's presented to us that's already understands everything, and we're just going to fall into step. And then that's again just a robotic lifestyle. Who wants that? I mean, who wants it? I don't. So, however, so this leads us into, because there, by the way, before I say that, the new moon is an opportunity to manifest. It's an opportunity to clean the slate and to start afresh with a burst of energy. I like another person I listen to a lot, the Soulful Revolution here on YouTube. Her name's MJ. She said that it's like a propelling. It's like an amplification when you've got the new moon and the Lion's Gate, all of these rising illustrious bodies in the sky. And so I think it's going to be pretty awesome. So when then you think the eights, it's like it's the infinity sign. I mean, I feel it. I feel in the energy that things have an opportunity to shift. What my goal is to help you know that the holy shift is not something that happens to you. It's something that's available for you to decide to go with. And that's my hope for you, is that you just go along with it. That's the opportunity that you have. So here we go. Speaking of that, being in tune with who you are and being in touch with your intuition is a very big deal here. And so I was writing a post about the Simone Biles and the other guy, I can't remember his name, sorry. He's the tennis player. And they had asked him his thoughts on Simone Biles. And apparently I've updated my knowledge of the specific situation. And apparently it was taken out of context that because they asked about how he felt about her. And then they asked, how does he keep himself focused and, in the game, so to speak. And he answered, but it was more about him, but they took it to say he was saying that directly to her. And then the next couple of days, he had a meltdown in his tennis match, did not win, and then chose out of of a doubles match that he had coming up, but he cited injury, physical injury. And, so I posted that and I said, hey, let's take a look at this and let's ask ourselves, I want us to notice how we feel about the way that this all unfolded. And when I say that, I say, when he found out that this man said this in regards to Simone's situation, and then 2 days later, he had his own situation occur, and then he chose out of his doubles match. Did you feel like that was karma, fist bump? Like that, exactly, like, oh, no, looks a little bit like the pot calling the kettle black. Was that your reaction, Or was it, oh my, how the tables have turned, mister? Was that your reaction? Or was it more like, I'm happy for Simone? Maybe, that'll make her feel like, okay, maybe I inspired him to decide to choose out of his next match. Or could we, my invitation on the post was, can we look at this as an opportunity? Because perhaps him responding in that way when they asked about, Simone, but it wasn't directed to Simone. It's come out later, but at the time when it was positioned that way. And it was still kind of in the same context, but they were literally asking him, they had switched the question. So I think that it was a misrepresentation. And that's based on what I've seen since, which either way, my question I posed was, could it be that his response came up because of the fact that he was triggered by what Simone was by what Simone chose and choosing out for herself. And maybe he was triggered because he was thinking, well, damn, I want to do that too, but I can't because there's a commitment. There's a level of commitment that says that the pressure is real and you got to go with it. So then when he had his, when he had the reckoning come for him and his performance, He said, you know what? It's not worth it to damage my body, which was the same thing Simone said. Let's all remember it wasn't just a mental thing. She's like, the pressures to try to change up who I am and dim down, it could cost me a really bad injury. Not worth it. And it sounds like the gentleman had this, the tennis player had the same revelation. And I said, so his response is not like, it wasn't a karmic situation that happened to him, why what happened to him happened to him. It was because he responded the way he did, because he was triggered by her choosing out. And he was saying, well, this is what I have to say to myself to stay in the game. Come to find out, that's exactly what was presented once they fleshed out the story, was that was more of what he was saying, was what I was offering to everyone. But that's not important. That's not the reason that I'm bringing this up. The reason I'm bringing this up is because in the midst of making that post, I said, you know what? I'm going to start an unchallenge. And I invited everyone to join me, like, hey, I'm going to unchallenge myself. What does that mean? It's because so many times we get on Facebook, man, or social media, or just in general in life or the news or whatever, and something comes on there and we feel like we have got to chime in our challenge to the information. We've got to put our 2 cents into the debate. We have to comment. It's important for each and every individual one of us collectively to decide that we agree or disagree with a certain argument that's happening online or whatnot. And quite frankly, it's none of our business, bro. Like, it is literally none of our business. Why Simone did what she did, none of our business. What the guy said and why he said it, none of our business. Certainly not enough to evoke an emotional response to the degree that it literally affects our personal vibration and ability for connection and ability for creating our own result and best possible outcome and scenario. And that's dangerous. It's dangerous to where we're headed, man. And it's important enough for us to stop doing that. It's not going to make or break our personal lives, but the truth is it does. That it's not going to make or break our personal lives if we don't contribute. But when we do, it actually is destructive energy. Okay. Why? Because it's taking our focus and our energy off of creating. Now we're attaching ourselves to somebody else's story and pulling in and putting out all of the energies that go with something that's already happened, that's beyond our control, and that we really have not enough information. We don't have the lifetime of information to really have a true right to add an opinion on. I mean, we can do it if we want to, we have free will, but what you're doing is destroying your own capacity to create whatever you want in your life experience. We're magnifying these situations to make them seem as if they are like they are our own personal life experience. And they are if we let it in, but if we don't even watch it or if we don't comment on it, if we really learn how to let go of having to challenge everything and having to be, because a challenging debate already, it inherently, the word itself inherently suggests that someone has to win and someone has to lose. So coming in with that energy in anything is not a good plan. And especially if it is not affecting our lives directly. There's better questions that we can be looking to answer on a day-to-day basis than anything that has to do with all these other people's lives. You know? And so that's why I said, I'm going to do an unchallenge. I said, I invite anyone to join me, and I still do. It's going to be it's 30-day challenge. So now it's 27-day challenge, 27 more days. I invite you to join in. If you want to rock with us, then just comment below that you're in. Here's what's surprising. We go back to talking about astrologically, and we go back to talking about the trickster. So as soon as I posted that, I was immediately faced with a challenge, because some high person I highly respect commented and, said, hey, whatever, she was not in alignment with what I was offering. She's like, I would rather, that goes against my principles because what I was saying is instead of arguing a point, I will go and try to understand that person's side of view to the degree which I'll actually post something to show a side that is a win-win perspective. That does not mean, and I want to make that clear now too, that doesn't mean that I'm going to align myself with something or someone that I don't believe, that I believe is truly either truly evil or truly is sinister in what they're doing. Like, no, that's not what that means. What it means is that I'm going to offer a counter perspective that can move people out of the negative. If I have to comment at all, let me first say that with something that for the most part, I'm just going to avoid the need to comment. This is more of a notice. The unchallenged is more of a notice opportunity. It's like, let me notice when I feel compelled to say something about some shit that's not my business. And if I do, then I can notice and I can stop myself from saying anything. That's more of what I was offering and more of what I'm doing. And the outcome already to this day, what I noticed is in the trickster energy is that I've been the trickster. I've been the fakey McFake'em, for real. Because the truth is that I'm the one who has sit here and said, like, let's get along. Let's put great energy into the air. And then I find myself stopping myself or saying cancel, because it's not just in what I'm saying that I'm being conscious and turning it. It's even what I'm thinking. And I'm like, damn, I'm judgmental. I sure have a lot of opinions. And what has that been doing for anyone that I know, including myself? Not a MFing thing. It's not a mother freaking thing. That has not been creating opportunities for life. That has not been helpful in my personal experience. Whenever I see something that's triggering on social media, and I'm on there because I use that to connect and for my business, when I see something that's triggering, I don't have to comment. Like, really liberating myself for 30 days just to see if the world still runs, if they know that I have the right answer to everything. Is the world going to still run if I withhold my valuable intelligence and contribution to this very, critical conversation of Simone Biles and does she have the right to, and how dare everyone talk about, will the world move forward if I don't make an opinion? I think so. Now, but then, we come to the politics side of things, to the jabby jab thing of things, since we're supposed to say different, and everyone's opinion on that. And one might say, I might say, well, this is an important conversation now, and yes, it is. And if what I have to say is not a solution that I'm offering, and not like everybody just, you need to go, not an opinion, but a solution. Like, me and my, me and a few friends are going to we're going to glove up. We're going to stand on the corner in our city, and you know, in our neighborhood, or we're gonna do a walk down parade that is just in the middle of the road, and we're gonna play our music and sing, and we're gonna have signs that express, you know, give our opinion. If it's not something that's, I mean, that's just a quick thing, but like if we're not gonna do something that's actually has will engage people more, that will actually, you know, maybe say, I know people that have died. Have you, you know, or if it's, you know, I know the nurses at the local hospital, they say it's bad. Ask me for more details, or, you know, if you're not going to do something specific that may really be helpful and may make someone reconsider, you know, if that's the side you're on, or whatever side you're on, you know, if you're not going to do something that's going to be more specific, that can be influential, then don't say anything. What good is it going to do for us to point the finger at people that are getting vaccinated and say, you guys suck, or the people that aren't, and saying, you guys are the reason all this is happening? Is that really going to help anything? Is it? Or should we surrender, which was the invitation to me? I pulled the card this weekend, like what is the advice from the universe? Surrender. You saw this. Surrender. I didn't even mean to be matching the card. And I said, and that was before. I pulled this after, I had decided to do the unchallenge. So to be clear, the unchallenge is to not challenge anything for 30 days, not to challenge it. That doesn't mean to not solve problems. In fact, I would invite us to think that when we are challenging, we are actually taking away energy from actually getting answers and actually solving problems when we are in challenge mode. So rather, if we unchallenge, it's us surrendering. It's us saying, you know what? Let it go and let God for real. And what happened to surrender? Sweet surrender is all that I have to give. That's old Sarah McLachlan and her great songs. And then there was, you know, there's I Surrender All. I surrender all. I surrender all. Oh, all to him, my precious Savior, I surrender all. That was an old time of hymn from back in the Baptist church days. What happened to surrender, especially to the Christians out there? Like, I just it's just amazing to me. But I invite you all to surrender, because many of you all saw the big picture, that picture that looks like a carpet. That's the Lollapalooza crowd. Literally looks like a carpet. Somebody said that, and I'm like, in this, yes, we are just dust in the wind on the carpets in this vacuum of space and time in which we exist. So it might behoove us to just surrender. But really, what good really is anything else, is doing anything else? It's not, it is, what's the word? It's not, it's not sustainable, you know? So when it comes to life and death, you know, this is a time that we're just all going to really have to look. I feel like on a individual basis at this point, like what we believe about life and death is the most important thing that we should be in alignment with right now. You know, there's been at least 3 or 4 recorded massive extinctions on Earth, the ice ages and everything. And hey, this time there may be a record, you know, the internet, the cloud, the maybe this time it's gonna be documented exactly what happened. We might be the species before the ones that get it right. And if that's our place, then that's just what it is, man. I mean, is there any reason to really worry? What is the use of worrying? If we want to see something different happen, then we have to take responsibility. We are all humans on this earth. And if we are smart, intelligent enough, and have the wherewithal to be connected enough to see that things are not going the way that they are, when did we decide that it's someone else's responsibility other than ours? I'm here to tell you that it's everyone's responsibility. It's not just the people up there. We vote the people up there, but guess what? If the system's not working, we get to do something different and decide that it's our responsibility. And what has come up for me and the information that I'm getting from my guides and from God and from my source energy is that love is the answer. Fighting, being at more discord is never going to get it, never gonna 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 get it. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's just, that's not the business. It's not the answer, man. So what is loving each other anyway, connecting and getting in alignment with ourselves and our families in order on a spiritual level, opening our hearts enough to allow for the right answer, to allow for what we can do to be of benefit, and to doing and honoring the answers that are given to us. And otherwise being in great joy and protecting our energy to the utmost degree, to severing, crispy cutoff, anything, anyone, any habit that no longer serves us, to any feeling that takes away our feeling of love and unity for everyone, for all of mankind, because we're really all the same person living a different experience. If everyone is God and God is in everyone, doesn't that mean we're all actually the same person? That's a mind blow. So what's the point in arguing? So I'm choosing in this personal experience to ride it out in excellence. I'm choosing to feel as loved and invite as much love and joy and acceptance and surrender as possible. And I'm also allowing in this life experience the opportunity for me to believe in myself enough to believe that I'm worth it, that my peace is worth everything, my joy is worth everything. And the information that's coming. And then when I say me, though, I mean you too. You know, if mine is worth everything, then so is yours. See, because when I decide that I matter enough to truly take care of myself and to embrace the love and the energy and information that's around me, then I don't need for you to feel any kind of way besides the best about yourself. See, it truly works that it's not a me forget everyone else. It's a me for everyone else. I take care of myself, then I'm going to show up so much more peacefully and loving to everyone. My nephews are going to get the best of me. My nieces are going to get the best of me. My brothers and sisters, my mom, you know, my life partner, I'm opening up to allowing that person in. And one of the surprising things as we tie the Lion's Gate into the life and death conversation, into the unchallenged conversation, and the holy shift, it showed me once I started this unchallenged and started to recognize, like, boy, this is my healing that gets to happen. Because I had a friend that contacted me and they were going through their things, and I gave her advice. And then as I gave her advice, the mirror turned to me and said, you better get to praying for all the people that you had pain for, that you caused pain to. And any time that you think of those people, if you even have a smidgen of a thought that they are suffering, then that is time for you to pray. You better pray for yourself to heal what to yourself, and you put forth a prayer for them. We should never end a thought with someone suffering. We should end a thought with seeing the best in them. We should never end a thought with someone being an idiot, especially if they're in a position that affects our life. I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's Donald Trump. I don't care if it's Biden. I don't care who in the F it is. If your life and liberty is in their hands, it would behoove you to pray for them, to hold them high, to ask God to work on them. If you believe that God and the higher power is actually real, then why would you not be interceding for that person so that God can fix them? Or do you not really believe in God? This is a time where we're going to be challenged on who we really are and what our beliefs really are. So my invitation, and I got to go first. I said, who am I to say this when I'm not living that? So it was a deeper unveiling of what the unchallenged is about. So now, instead of challenging those people, instead of challenging someone for having a viewpoint that's different than mine, now I get to go in and say, I need to pray. Because I should not be challenging this. I should be praying the best possible scenario for the person that posted it, for the situation itself. And I see it the way I see it, but then I say this or much greater, whatever's in whatever's best for everyone. So the unchallenged has really, really broken through a mindset for me that's completely, it just is completely a bigger opportunity than what I originally thought. And so lastly, what I'll say is that I wish for all of you the best life experience available to all of us. If you're watching this, then you've got everything you need. If you're not watching this, you've got everything you need. And I'm going to put that out there in the ethers. You're at no more disadvantage. I send this energy out to everyone who is looking for it. I ask God to open up the space for all of us to get to elevate to the highest vibration of love, and to be on that wave of frequency, and to see the best in people, to hear the best opportunity, to speak the best for the collective world that we live in, and every human being, Mother Earth herself, the animals, the communities, the nations, the people. I hold high in my heart and my view and vision the best case scenario. And I invite you to do the same. So let's just end this with a prayer. So everybody just breathe in. Well, first of all, just get settled in. We're going to pray. We're going to say a prayer of thanks and a prayer of peace for ourselves and for the world. Sit in your seat and get comfortable. I'm just going to breathe in a few times. And as you breathe in, remember that you're breathing in new information. Lucky for us, the earth is still functioning. God is still a miracle working God. And we still have the capacity to create whatever we choose quickly. This particular portal is special and it's an opportunity. So notice how you're feeling. I want you to, as you breathe in, you're going to breathe in new information. You're going to impress upon your mind the newness of life, the life you desire, the world that you want to see, the healing that will take place on a massive level. And then as you exhale, I want you to express out. Express, get rid of any feelings of tension, toxicity, nervousness. That's what you're going to exhale. I like to say, impress in, express out. You're going to impress in you're going to impress in your intentions. You're going to breathe in your intentions, and you're going to express your expectations. Okay, so let's just do that a few times. Impress in, express out. Impress in, express out. Let everything go, shake it out. Shake it off. Impress in, express out. Impress in, express out. Keep breathing at your own cadence. I ask that God, the angels, the guides, ancestors, Jesus, or and you can invite any particular guides or people or energies that you wish, just anything good, any energy that wishes good for us and for humankind. Allow me to be a vessel of information. Allow me to be a conduit of positive, pure love, energy from within, so without. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the wisdom. Thank you so much for the energy. Thank you so much for this life experience. Thank you so much for our friends and family. Anyone that watches this right now and who is allowing for themselves to also be a conduit, I ask that you go to them so that we can all expand the love energy that we are blessed with within, and that we're going to allow that to vibrate out in ripple effect. All of y'all listening right now, I want you to say this out loud. I want you to say that I am love. Say, I am a creator in this life experience. I want you to hold your hands like this. Give yourself like a pyramid vibe with your heart. There we go. And that way it's going to go into our brain. So this is the heart-brain coherence. Okay. So it amplifies, but going both ways in an 8 of sorts. I am love. I am source energy. I allow myself to vibrate at the highest rate of love, of unity, of collaboration, of effects. Allow me to be an effector and not just a causer. Allow that effect to be blessings on blessings on blessings. Allow me to be whole. I am whole. I am an expression of God. I am a conduit of information that will be beneficial to my life, the life of my family, the life of the community in which I live. As I'm saying this, folks, I want you to, as you're breathing intently, as you are repeating after me, I want you to allow yourself to visualize a lightning rod of information coming right through your crown chakra. And it's going to sync your brain, put your brain into coherence. And as we speak these words out, we're going to also be the very vibration of these words is going to be echoing into your heart, breaking up and moving the atoms. And then this peace sign, which is also a pyramid of sorts, we're putting it here so that we are amplifying the energies of positivity, change, and clarity out into the ethers, okay? And also, as your feet are on the ground, I want you to see and feel the heat on the bottom of the soles of your feet as they touch the ground and they go through the earth, and allow the energy in the core of the earth to be coming through the bottoms of the soles of your feet at the same time. This chair's kind of tall. So, and I want you to feel the yellow, the orange, red ball of fire in the middle of the core of the earth, and feel that coming through as a golden rod through your feet. And that's going to energize us from the ground. And we're saying, thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, the inner child in us. We are safe. We thank you for protecting us. We now understand how we will protect you and ensure that you live as well. We are connected. And okay, let you say that. Thank you, Father. Thank you, our Mother. And that's in the energies. That's our real mothers, our real fathers. Even if we don't know them, we thank them for the life force that has us here today. We thank our inner child, say, thank you, inner child. Thank you, little Michelle. I'm saying little Michelle, you say your name. Thank you for protecting us, for holding space for us to get back to you. Thank you, Mother Earth, as you search through our feet, allowing us to still stay connected by gravity, still sustaining us with your food, still sustaining us with your environment that we still can thrive in. And we thank you enough to continue to give you energy back. We're giving you as much energy back on a regular basis. We thank the Father, the celestial sky, the universe, the stars, our star, the sun. We thank you for continuing to give us sustenance, warmth, food, vitamin D, energy. Thank you. We love you and we see you, we recognize you, and we take you in. And finally, thank you to our hearts. Say thank you, heart, for beating in a coherent fashion, for allowing us to be open, to open up and love and receive love. I'm feeling very strongly right now to be told that this is the season of receiving. Open your heart to receive the love that surrounds you. We've given and we've given and we've given. We've been seen and we've been heard. It is now our time to receive. And by receiving the love that is there, every little piece of it, naturally it emanates out and is recast into the energy. That's just a natural thing. So it is a blessing to give, but it is also a blessing to receive, because then we are allowing what is giving to be blessed. So it is our point. It will behoove us to allow the blessings of what is blessing us, the blessing of the very thing that's blessing us. So we acknowledge that, we receive it, we believe in the promise, and we thank you, thank you, thank you. We thank you for allowing us to see a future that we can connect to and believe in, because we believe in that. Amen. Everybody speak out. It is so it is. Amen. Whatever incantation or whatever powerful word that you want to say, it's so it is. Amen. Thank you so much. This and much greater shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. And you can come back now slowly. Oh, we went over a little bit. So thank you so much. This was the Holy Shift. And we just want to remind you to be in harmony and of sound mind, body, and spirit. See you next Wednesday, same bat time and channel.